Have you ever walked out of a church service feeling like you were floating on air? Or maybe you felt a sudden heavy wave of guilt that made you want to change your entire life right there on the spot. For millions of people, these moments are seen as a direct touch from the divine. But if we peel back the curtain and look at it through the lens of psychology, we find something fascinating and a little bit startling. Today, we're exploring the dark psychology of faith. We aren't here to tell you what to believe or to say that religion is bad. Instead, we're looking at the specific tools and techniques used to influence your emotions, your pockets, and your mind. Let's break down how the modern church service is designed, almost like a psychological hack, to make you feel things you didn't know you were going to feel. Section 1. The sound of submission. Think about the last time you went to a concert. The bass thumps in your chest, the lights flash, and you feel like you're part of something huge. Churches have mastered this. Most services don't start with a lecture, they start with 20 to 30 minutes of high-energy music. This is called emotional priming. The music usually follows a very specific arc. It starts fast to get your heart rate up, then it slows down into deep minor chords. Scientists have found that when we sing in a group, our brains release oxytocin, the bonding hormone. You stop feeling like an individual and start feeling like a cell in a larger body. This lowers your critical thinking. When you're singing "I Give My All" over and over to a beautiful melody, your brain's guard drops. You are now perfectly primed to accept whatever the speaker says next without asking too many questions. Section 2. The illusion of the personal message. After the music, the lights dim and the pastor takes the stage. Have you ever felt like the pastor was reading your mind, like they were looking right at you when they mentioned a specific struggle? This is a mix of the Barnum effect and specific vulnerability. The Barnum effect is the same trick psychics and horoscopes use. The speaker uses vague specifics, statements that sound personal but actually apply to almost everyone. Things like, "Someone here is carrying a secret burden," or "You feel like you've been wearing a mask." Because the music already made you emotionally vulnerable, your brain performs search and find. It looks for a reason to make that statement true. You think, "Wow, how did he know I was stressed about my marriage?" He didn't. He just knew that in a room of 500 people, at least 100 of them are stressed about their marriage. But to you, it feels like a miracle. Section 3. The pressure of the crowd. One of the most powerful tools in dark psychology is social proof. We are social animals. We hate being the only ones not doing something. When the pastor asks everyone to bow your heads and close your eyes, they are creating a private space in a public room. But then they ask for a sign. If you want to change your life, raise your hand. Even if you don't feel it, seeing others raise their hands creates an intense psychological pressure to join in. You don't want to be the hard-hearted one. Then comes the altar call, walking to the front. This is a physical commitment. Psychology shows that once you physically move your body to support a cause, your brain rewires itself to justify that move. You tell yourself, "I must really believe this because I just walked in front of 200 people to prove it." Section 4. The fear of leaving the retention loop. The psychology doesn't stop when you leave the building. Many groups use fear-based retention. They teach that the world outside is dangerous, dark, or out to get you. They might say that forsaking the assembly, missing church, is a sign of spiritual decay. This creates a dependency loop. You feel high at church, you feel low and sinful during the week, and you're told the only cure is to come back next Sunday. It's a cycle of breaking you down just so they can be the ones to fix you. Over time, your social circle becomes 100% church-based. Now, leaving doesn't just mean changing your mind, it means losing your friends, your family, and your entire support system. That's not just faith, that's a psychological cage. Conclusion. Again, many people find genuine community and hope in these spaces. But it's vital to recognize the difference between a spiritual connection and a psychological trick. If a message is true, it should stay true in a quiet room with the lights on, without the emotional music and the social pressure. True faith shouldn't be afraid of a skeptical mind. So the next time you feel that rush in a service, take a second to breathe. Ask yourself, am I feeling the divine or am I just reacting to a very well-planned show? Outro. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful or eye-opening, hit that like button and share it with someone who loves diving deep into how our brains work. What's your experience with the psychology of the pews? Let's get a conversation going in the comments. Keep it respectful, but keep it honest. I'll see you in the next one.